Hello HUD House Hunters, it's Donnie Corn with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Well, the weather's getting warm and so is the foreclosure market, guys. We're looking at a lot of amazing deals, and recently we sent out a bunch of videos at the same time and got a bunch of feedback on it. So we really appreciate you guys watching and taking a look out for your best deal. This is one a great example. We're at 246 Tanna Court, but as you may have noticed, we've changed the intro a little bit as requested by you, the viewer, so now you get a 360 view of the neighborhood, so not only can you get a feel of the house, but you can also get a feel of the neighborhood that the house is located in. That's awesome, and please take advantage of that, but also keep in mind that on our website, if you look at the details of any specific property, you can drill down to get a map and street view of the property. So if you didn't get a neighborhood view, you can use the technology that's out there to get a full feel for the neighborhood before you ever step foot in the house. Technology is awesome, and we're bringing you the great deal, so you can bind that and you simply can't go wrong. Let's get back to the house. 246 Tanna Court, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car carport, listed at $90,000. We're talking a $500 a month payment, guys. House needs a little bit of work, but at this price, you can't beat it. Come on in, let's take a look. 10 is your typical tri-level home. So we're starting on this level as you walk into the door. And as you can see here, at some point, this thing was pretty completely remodeled. Obviously, the new owner didn't take advantage of that remodel. It may need some remodeling again. But the paint job is relatively recent. The carpet is relatively recent, but at this point, it's shot. So we're going to want to swap that out. And then, so you walk into the area and you have a living room. So you can set out your couches and your TV set up into this room. And then you enter into the kitchen on this level. As you've heard several times before, I like wide open spaces, and if you feel the same way, you'll agree that the one thing we might want to do is consider taking this wall out. It's going to make the room appear a lot bigger than it is, give us a lot more open space, and just in general modernize the floor plan of the home, which is going to do wonders for the retail value of it when you go to sell it. So imagine this wall gone, or just painted and dressed up a little bit if you want to keep it. We would replace this with tile because it's an old style hardwood something. I don't want to get rid of that. The cabinets are relatively recent, although not hung very well. As you can see the gaps here, so we'd rehang just a couple of cabinets and maybe swap out the appliances, and you're pretty much good to go on this kitchen. So $90,000, you add a little bit of work, you're going to get a ton of equity in this property because retail values are wandering around $130 to $135 for this home right now. So if you're buying it for $90, guys, you're looking at picking up $40,000 to $45,000 worth of equity out of the gate. Obviously, you got to do a little work to realize that equity, but that's what we're talking about when we talk about finding a deal at ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Let's keep going. It looks like the water heater is relatively recent, so that should be fine. This bathroom just needs a full schematic rework. I mean, it's functional enough, but I'm going to replace those cabinets with just a flat mirror. I'm going to get rid of this tub and just put it in a normal stall. And right now it has the drop-down tile ceilings, which I'm not a huge fan of, so we're going to rip those out and replace that with drywall. But again, guys, as much as it is work, this is cosmetic, okay? You add the cosmetics that make it home, it brings the value later on. So you just got to look at this from a modernizing perspective. It's a lot of little projects. Each project doesn't cost that much individually. Of course, it does add up. But if you can see the vision of what this could look like, you can make a fortune. So continuing on, we have the lower bedroom. Decent size, and we're going to see it better when we get outside, but you can see the patio from here. But what I like about this is it's a garden level basement, so it's going to stay very bright, very open throughout. Nice bedroom. The windows have been replaced on this property already, so vinyl windows are good to go. Decent closet space. It's got the bifold doors. For my money, I'd want them painted to match, maybe white, do an off color, but in general, not a lot to do in the bedroom, just replace the flooring. We have a great room down here. So you would call this secondary living space, if you will. Right now the washer and dryer is in here. You're going to want to keep that, but so you don't have to look at it. You just want to put some bifold doors here. We'd replace the flooring, update some of the wall and ceiling and stuff, so a little drywall work, but all pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. And once added, this will be a nice secondary living space for the home. So that pretty much concludes the lower level. Let's check out the bedrooms. As you head upstairs in the Tanner property, you'll notice that we walk into a bedroom that's obviously got an extremely bright orange paint job on it, okay? Fret not on that, guys. There's a can of paint in a weekend. We can neutralize this and make this a nice normal color, unless you're really into orange. And then this thing is good to go, right? You replace the carpeting. in this room, and that's the extent of what we really need to do in here. So it's pretty much good to go except the paint and the flooring. Same with this room. Tough to argue which one's the master because they're both about the same size, give or take. But this is a 1,300 square foot house, so we're pretty much expecting that the room sizes are going to be similar in nature just based on the size. But like the other room, the color's a little more neutral, more what I would go with. We replaced the flooring, update these glass doors. These were awesome back in the 80s, but not so cool now, so we get rid of those. And in general, you're good to go on this room as well. So the rooms are pretty easy work. Last thing we want to look at is the bathroom. And as you can see here, the bathroom's got linoleum on the floor. Probably want to swap that out just because it's old. The surround on the tub has got a little mold on it. No big deal. Once you tile that, that's going to look great. That's not a ton of work, just something that needs to get done. And, in general, we just do some updating in this place, and it's going to look absolutely awesome. Just some things we got to change up. Let's check out the backyard, and we'll conclude the Tanna property. We're out back at 246 Tanna Court. So as you see, out back here, we have a nice patio area. Great place to stick your grill. The siding is, there's some seams in here that just need to be recaulked, but you'll probably handle that when you update the exterior paint, which with blue, I typically recommend that you do go ahead and update that because it will modernize it quite a bit. This backyard is absolutely awesome. You got a nice flat space here, kind of trickles off there towards the back, but just check out, if you can, the views of Pikes Peak from the backyard on Tanna. Absolutely breathtaking, the amount of mountain range you can see from this property, and at only $90,000, guys, that's a $90,000 view right by itself. So let's go ahead and conclude. We're at 246 Tanna Court, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car carport, listed for $90,000. Now, retail in the neighborhood, I actually flipped and sold this identical floor plan in this area a little bit ago for $135,000. So I'm very confident we should be able to get $135 to even $140 in tip-top shape for this home. And if you take advantage of this, you can still take advantage of deals like the $100 down payment at HUD and $1,000 at Chaffetz. You can get into this thing for nothing, plus maybe $500 a month, which is an awesome deal to buy a house. Guys, to take advantage of this, you got to give me a call. The number's at the bottom of the screen, 719-649-2500. Hit us up on the website, www.coloradospringsforeclosuredeals.com. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page where you can get live video testimonials from our clients right after they close and they're really excited about their foreclosure deal. It's happening out there, guys. It's going to happen a lot this summertime, and you got to jump on and take advantage. One last thing, if you're military, you have just hours now to take advantage of the $8,000 tax credit if you've been deployed. Give me a call and I'll give you details. We are running out of time, but if you are military and you have been deployed, you can still get $8,000 cash back and buy a stellar deal in this market for nothing down because you're a VA buyer. Do not miss that opportunity. With that, this is Donnie Corum, ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.